Downward pressure on Utah's housing prices is having an effect on Utah homes this winter. What's up, guys? This is Christopher McGee. I'm the owner of Halcyon Real Estate. We are affiliated with the Keller Williams Market Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. Today is the 12th of January, 2026, and this is the numbers and the nuance where you come weekly in order to know exactly what Utah's housing market looks like right now. I'm pulling data right off the MLS and feeding it to you here. We're going to jump right into it, and then I'll tell you what that data means for sellers and buyers in Utah right now. So without further ado, here's where things are in the Utah housing market as of today, 1/12/2026. Current inventory sits right now at 10,613. That is up from the previous week, still trending down through winter as we expect. But wouldn't it be interesting if we saw a repeat of Q1 in 2025, where both inventory and sales picked up immediately with the new year? We will see. Prior week's average days on market came to 76, which is exactly where it was the previous week. This is trending up. Last week, the average list price of homes in Utah came to $690,509. That is down from the previous week and trending down. Now, last week, the average sold price came to $678,180, which means, again, there's that difference between average list price and average sold price of homes on the market in the prior week. Last week, again, it came in the buyer's favor to the tune of $12,329, which is about where it's been for most of 2025, lands in the norm. But what's good to know is that while homes are selling for, on average, a little less, 1 to 2% less than their list price, list and sold price is got a lot of downward pressure on it, and both those numbers are coming down. Also importantly, median sold price last week came to $519,995, so basically $520K. But it's always good to know that where most people are having an experience of buying a home is significantly less than what the average price point is. The number of homes sold last week comes to 394, and that's down from the previous week. This is trending down as we expect through winter. The number of homes currently under contract comes to 3,936. That's down just a touch from the week before, and this is trending down. Last week, the number of price reductions on homes on the market came to 1,014. That is up from the previous week and trending down, as we see it from the beginning of the fourth quarter of last year. But as I said last week, I do expect the number of price reductions we see weekly to trend up through Q1, just because that is typical. In Q4, we have a high amount of sellers who don't see the writing on the wall. And when their home has been on the market through Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, they start dropping their asking prices. Last week, the number of listings that were either canceled, expired, or withdrawn from the MLS came to 466. That is dramatically down from the previous week because we expect the first week of any year to show the highest amount of expired listings all year. And finally, interest rates for a 30-year fixed-rate conventional loan right now stand at 6.01%. That's the national average, down from the previous week and trending down. National average rates actually dipped barely into the 5% range in the middle of the week last week, but then came back up a bit to where we are this week, which is still under where we were last Monday. Okay, now what this means for sellers, home sellers in Utah right now is that, as always, you want to price your home in front of the direction the market is moving. And right now, that means you want to price it a little bit conservative if you don't want your home to sit on the market for the next 3 months plus. Okay, that means as you prep to get your home on the market and you're looking at the prices of the homes in your neighborhood that are comparable to your home that have sold in the last, I would say, month to no more than 3 months, you may want to price a little conservative compared to how their homes sold. Not how they listed, but how they sold. I like to say, you know who decides what homes are sold for? Not buyers, the most motivated seller in your neighborhood. Okay, and what this market data means for buyers in the market right now is this. You are more than likely going to be able to negotiate a deal in your favor. And I keep saying this, and I made a reel about it just last week. The fact that buyers, watch me, pay attention, close attention, understand when you go out there and you start making offers, the fact that the market is tipped a little more in your favor does not mean it tipped over completely into buyer land. This is not a strong buyer's market. It leans a little in your favor. So to be math level clear on what that means, if you make offers at 5 to 10% under what current asking prices of the homes you are interested in are, those offers will not be considered, particularly not if the seller and or the agent representing them understands anything about this market. Buyers have been securing homes for more like 1 to 2% less than what asking prices are. So as always, it's situationally dependent, right? But I'm just saying it won't take more than 2 or 3 of your lowball offers for you to get the point if you don't listen to my advice here. All right, and that's it for this week, guys. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about any of that data or the way I presented it or my takeaways from it, hit me in the comments. I'm always happy to respond. If you or anybody you know is looking to move here in Utah in the next quarter or half year, I hope you, if it's you, or if it's anybody you know, are comfortable reaching out to me. You know I know this market well, and I'm going to be happy to represent you in a buttoned-up, professional, and warm manner. And as always, if this is the kind of data that you want your head wrapped around, and if you're on the market either to buy or sell a home, this is exactly the kind of data you want your head wrapped around, because you'll make better decisions with better data. You won't find better data than is right here. So hit that subscribe button and stay up on it with me from week to week. Thanks for watching this one, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, bye-bye.